And so that was like your first time. Now, what I know you ended up saying you was on your way to prison at 21. What was going on after you went to Flint, you made sure you graduate, you ended up coming back home, you still boxing. What was going on to where you ended up on your way to prison?
See, I got that time, I guess, like, I got a symptom at that time I grew out of. It's like, you know better, you know what to do, but you just do the opposite. Like, you can give the best advice to anybody else, but you just take your own advice. So I guess at that time I was like, okay, stuck in between of still trying to better myself, was better for myself and what I really wanted to do, but then still again that fun side to the world where that irresponsible side. Like, so I continued to bump my head a little bit and ended up catching some drug trafficking charges, some gun cases and whatever like that, and ended up going to prison. Like,
how long did they end up giving you?
I ended up doing 3 years. I ended up doing that twice. Yeah.
So you did a total of 6 years.
Yeah.
In the Ohio prison system.
Yeah, from level 1s, well, from level 2s to level 4s. Yeah.
Man, where did you end up having to go?
I've been to London Correctional Facility. I've been to Trumbull Correctional Facility. I've been to Ross Correctional Facility, and I've been to Lucasville Correctional Facility.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang, that's a lot, man.
Yeah.
And this is all happening. Was these back to back? Where you went back to back, or did you have some time home and then left for another 3? Or
I did my 3, came home for, I believe, a year, maybe 2, and then went back and did another 3.
Was it for the same charges?
Yeah, guns and drugs.
Man, now this time that you were going back and forth, when did music start playing a part? Because you boxing, you in the streets, you getting your hands dirty. Was music always still kind of like right there?
Yeah, since about the age of 11, really, music has always been like a form of our expression. Growing up with me and my family members, we all do music. So just growing up, like, we all did that. Like, even in school, just banging on the table and rapping, so.
Yeah, say you always was like, man, I like to rap. And it's crazy because you end up telling me that your grandfather is actually James Brown.
Yes.
So it's in your blood.
Yes. I believe that entertainment is in my blood, for sure.
Yeah. Wow. So growing up, like you said, your mom had a lot of things in the house to represent him and let you know, like, yeah, this.
Yeah. Growing up, like my grandmother and my mom and stuff like that, they always had. They kept a article of my mother's birth, James Brown holding up my mama like this, and in the surgery room and stuff like that. So we always kept that in a little frame and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what's up. And also, like you said, you got family members, your cousins. They definitely popular here in Cincinnati, and they rap as well. Shout out to Flea, well, Nonchalant now because he did a name change, and Millie. So do you get with them and do music?
Yeah. Right now, actually, we talk about it all the time, and the collab coming soon, but everybody just focusing on their own path right now. But the collab gonna be crazy. Like, when they come together, like, they ain't gonna be ready for that.
Man, for sure. How did you go about, was it hard for you to kind of like be consistent with the music because you were back and forth to prison? Was it hard for you to really try to really get that name out in the city like you needed to because of those things?
Yeah, I believe that, like, I say about actually really 2024 in the middle, I told myself, and I told Nonchalant, like, hey man, it's that time, like, this year, there's no bullshit for me, bro. It's investing in myself. It's investing in my music. Like, I believe in myself. I don't care if anybody else believes in me. So that's enough for me. So I'm gonna just take that energy and go with it. Mm-hmm. So I just, all that energy that I use to do something else negative, constructive, I'm like, man, just put it towards my music and I'm focused. Like, I ain't stopping.
Man, because your story is crazy. So to have the story of losing your mom, which is so tragic at 14, and not being able to really lean on your dad either because he had things he was going through. Do you take a lot of this pain that you're going through? I know at first you was putting into the boxing, you was beating people up, but you still kind of got in trouble. Now are you putting it in the music, this pain and everything that you feel? Are you able to open up and put it in the music now?
Yes, that's basically what I do. Like, every time I get on the track, I hear the music and it grabs my emotion, whatever emotion, as far as like me self, like, or it could be what I'm going through or what I see. All my music is inspiration, all off of my life, everything what I go through, the stuff that I see, like, so I know all my stuff is real, it's authentic, it's just me. I don't think I sound like nobody. I think I sound like Wayne. So
That part.
that's the difference.
Man, when you were in prison, did you come up with a plan that last 3 years you did? Did you kind of have a plan to say, look, when I get home, I got to hit the ground running. I got to get back in the studio. What was your plans when you, that 3 years? What did you come up with?
My last, I believe, year, because like my last year on my last three bid, I spent my last year in isolation by myself.
Why?
Okay, well, basically, I was in isolation for 2 situations. The first situation, I ended up getting into a gang fight with Cincinnati with the Bloods and some felons, and it was about 16 people. We ended up getting into a fight, ended up shutting down as a facility. Columbus had to come in. So they had to separate everybody. They locked us up. I was in a hole for about 6 months. At that time, I had just made it to the level 3. I was probably only there for like a month, so my level of security wasn't high enough for me to get shipped out to another security. So I spent 6 months in the isolation. I made it out. I got back to the compound, and then I say about 2 weeks later, about 2 weeks to 16 days, I get into a stabbing. Me and 4 guys.
And where was this at?
This was at Trumbull facility at level 3.
Jesus.
Yeah, and we ended up getting into a stabbing with 2 other guys up there, so it was basically a stab fight or whatever. Then they put us in the hole for another 6 months, so I basically was out of the hole for about 2 weeks. So basically I did my whole last year in the prison in the hole. Yeah.
Man, situation could have made it go longer, where they could have added time if they wanted.
Yeah, I've been in situations like before I even got there. Into a level 3, I had a gang fight before I got there. At a level 2 at Lancaster, a guy got hit with a lock in the face. 2 guys were stabbed there, and the Ohio State Patrol came in. Basically told us that I was facing the F2 for long as I saw if anybody would have wanted to press charges, but luckily nobody pressed charges.
Damn, what was going on where you had to, I mean, because we know you're nice with the hands because you're a boxer, but what was it about that when you was in prison where you kept getting into these fights? Like, is it just like that where you just got a hit at certain times?
At that point, like when can't nobody say nothing to your boy, that's basically what's going on. And then when you got so many people, you gotta be responsible for, so therefore, like, can't nobody say nothing to somebody. Like, it's just 50 people that you can't say nothing to, so it's bound for somebody to get in some type of altercation. So I just knew that was a part of the bid. I just knew it was a part of what I was gonna have to deal with and go through at the time, which at that time I just didn't mind. It just was what it was. So it wasn't like we was getting in trouble. It was just, all right, we just living. That was just it. Like,
and so y'all was just standing on business.
Yeah, basically.
It's so crazy. You seem so calm.
Yeah, like, I mean, I feel like the loudest people be the weakest in the room. Like, I ain't about to tell you what I did, just know I did it.
That part.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, though, so I say about that last year, I really sat down and made myself a plan, saying when I come home, this is what I'm going to do. And this is what I'm going to focus on, because I know I'm so passionate about anything. If I'm going to do something negative, it's going to be negative. So I want to have a bright future, something I can leave my kids, something, and I want to lead this music around the world. I want to, so focus my music.
And you said you got the leadership skills, so if you can do it, lead in the negative way, then I mean you can lead in the positive way.
Yeah, because, I did the following, and I've been a good follower. I watched. That's why I was so good at doing negative things, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.